Shen Yun, founded in New York in 2006, is dedicated to reviving the splendor of 5,000 years of Chinese civilization through its amazing performances. Shen Yun aims to showcase the richness of traditional Chinese culture and the values of China before communism. Shen Yun's dancers are trained at the Fei Tian Academy of the Arts, which offers programs in dance and music while still ensuring a well-rounded education. Shen Yun News has gathered insights from both artists and their families to offer a closer look at what life is like as a Shen Yun dancer and a student at Fei Tian Academy. Join us as we hear from the parents of Fei Tian students and both current and former Shen Yun performers, giving you an inside perspective on what makes the company truly special.
I started training at quite a young age, 13, but I know a lot of, if you were wanting to be a dancer in like China, let's say, you might start even younger. Dance was really hard for me at the beginning because I was like, I was a little bit out of shape. But then, after doing training, I actually enjoyed it. And then a lot of the teachers praised me for being pretty coordinated and then having a little bit of dance feeling. So that did encourage me to want to, pursue dance even more. And then I found out that, okay, if you work hard, you see improvement. That's probably the first time in my life where I worked hard at anything when I started dancing. It was such a great opportunity for me, like, someone who actually wanted to learn more about dance. It was like the best chance that I could have asked for. And a lot of musicians also get that same opportunity. And then they're kind of, they're bending the truth, say, okay, you're performing in a strange show, but you're not getting paid. Well, actually, I'm getting a lot more out of it. It's free for me, and I'm learning so much, and I get this great opportunity. My meals and everything's covered, so I don't know, it's just a great opportunity, and they kind of flipped it around. Something that's really good for me, they said that it's not good. And what's even better, after I graduated from college, I got hired by Shen Yun because I have so much experience. And for me, I wanted to be with Shen Yun after school, so it was like the perfect career choice for me. In our companies, there's quite a lot of dancers who are 36, 37. I've talked to them before. I was like, hey, are you considering like retiring anytime soon? Dancing is really tough. Like I'm 31 this year, and I feel like it's really tiring as well. And I talked to them, and they're like, well, I really like the environment in our dance company. So they like the environment so much. Like I love it so much here. I like just being with the guys. Like we're so supportive of each other, and then when we rehearse, it's kind of like we're all brothers. Even though it's getting tough for them at that age, they really still want to pursue this career and continue their career in dance.
The biggest challenge for me, hands down, was when I ruptured my Achilles tendon. And it happened while I was tumbling. I was doing a move that I've done so many times, maybe even hundreds of times. I feel really grateful because the company got me a flight, and they found a surgeon for me in Detroit, and he's actually one of the top surgeons in the US because he works with the Detroit Pistons. Usually it takes about 6 months for you to start walking and running again. I spent those 6 months in Los Angeles because my parents were there and they could take care of me. And I remember those months were probably the hardest part. The only thing I could do was think about the past, think about what I could have done better, and actually that period of time when I was doing a lot of thinking made me really appreciate all the things I had before. Everyone in Shen Yun, they're there for a purpose.
Yeah.
They're trying to, show the world like what actual traditional Chinese culture is. And even though we're not like every day we wake up, we're like, hey, we're going to revive traditional culture. We're like, hey, traditional culture. It's not like that, but it's an underlying thing. So when people work together and talk, you can feel it. Like everyone's on the same page, kind of.
Yeah.
And being in LA, I appreciated that, because I took it for granted before. I was, like a lot of friends, I remember thinking a lot of friends that I had, I was like, okay, they're just my friend, whatever, But in LA, when I didn't have them, I felt like, oh man, like
it was gone, and now you realize something was missing.
It's like so precious to me. Yeah. And so actually, when I came back to Shen Yun, I felt like it was almost like a dream come true.
From just watching my two sons, who went through the Fei Tian school system and tour with Shen Yun now. It is the most remarkable environment for a young person today that I've ever heard of or seen. I remember being very worried about this about my boys. At one point we took a tour all throughout the Northeast looking for schools because I wanted to find the perfect place where he could really get a great education and learn good life tools. They've really found a wonderful band of brothers. And that's really one of the two pillars that drives them. The second is, I think they have a real visceral sense that they're involved in something big. It's not just, hey, let's get up there on stage and show a culture. I think they have a sense that traditional, authentic Chinese culture is quite universal, and it's something that's very uplifting. And they have a sense that it's really important in the world today. Because you look around and, it's getting dicey, in terms of the negativity and the tribal politics and how much people hate each other just because of their opinions don't agree. And there's just a lot of negativity in the world. And they get a clear sense of that. They know that. And I think they see Shen Yun as a way to give people something else, to give people a real experience that's uniting. It's sort of showing people, instead of all the ways in which we think differently and we act differently and our interests are against each other, it's like showing people our common humanity, the good side of it.
After 3 months, Sunny came home. She became more considering, caring. It's not really just doing something. It's doing something from her heart. So she spent all her efforts, focus in the dancing studio. No one forcing her. Like, she just stayed behind and practice 1,000 times in front of the mirror until that gets right. Because Ryan, before, he's a very cool, we call cool guy. He doesn't care about good marks. He doesn't care about being top, or, all he care about is, being okay, pass level, stay cool, have friends, good at sports, that type of thing. So nothing wrong with that. But in Chinese family, usually you want your kids to be up there, to be good at your study, and that's my husband's expectation anyway. But Ryan was never to his kind of expectation, but we accept it as a parent. Especially my husband, he just think his son is like that. So he we never force kids. That's the good part. Even though he may not 100% satisfied, he doesn't force Ryan. But after Ryan went to Shen Yun, everything changed. So his change is even more dramatic. But Ryan's at 60, and then become 90, and become more caring, become more responsible, become more hardworking. And my husband saw the change, and he was so touched. He said, "Oh my gosh, Falun Dafa is really amazing. Shen Yun is really amazing. Fei Tian Academy school is really amazing."
The performance itself, of course, it has different snapshots of Chinese culture. It has different ethnic dance styles, and it has different story dances. But I think ultimately, just the fact that it communicates kindness to people, I think that's something that, we don't have as much of that nowadays. Or because people are so busy with their everyday lives, a lot of times you forget about these things, like how to treat others well, or how to treat people with kindness. I think a lot of it's woven into the show in this sort of artistic way that's implied, and sometimes it's acted, or it's acted out, but it's in a way where people can interpret it for themselves and take home with them.
Compassion and resilience shine through the challenges faced by individuals in the Shen Yun community, showcasing how traditional values and personal growth are intertwined in their journey. Shen Yun has announced its 2025 World Tour, set to begin this December. Tickets are now available at shenyun.com/tickets.